Hey there, we're in the second part of checkpoint 3.6. We did the derivative of the dot product already. Now we're going to do the derivative of the cross product of u and r. All right, so to begin, we'll take advantage of this formula, the product rule for the cross product. It says derivative of the first cross the second plus the first derivative of the second. And these two, although the cross product itself is not commutative, the addition of vectors is commutative. So if you're used to saying the first times the derivative of the second plus the derivative of the first times the second, then you do it that way. One thing that you can't switch around is the u goes first. So whether you're taking the derivative or the original u vector, that has to stay in the first slot of the cross products. Okay. All right. Now, what do we need? We have u and r. Now we just need the derivatives. So let's find the derivatives of u and r. Let's do r prime here. And the derivative of cosine is negative sine t. In the I direction, derivative of sine is cosine positive. And the derivative of negative e to the 2t is negative 2e to the 2t in the k direction. Okay, now let's take the derivative of u. The derivative of t is just going to be 1 in the I direction. Derivative of sine is cosine t. That's in the j direction. Derivative of cosine is negative sine t, and that's in the k direction. Okay, now we have the derivatives. We'll find the cross products. Let's first write down u prime cross r and write that out with the ijk on top. So the u prime goes first. We have a 1, a cosine t, and a negative sine t. And then the r is the original r. That's cosine t, sine t, negative e to the 2t. Okay, what is that equal to? In the I direction, it's going to be negative e to the 2t cosine t. In the j direction, let's throw a negative in front, and that's negative e to the 2t, and minus, so it'll be positive cosine t sine t. And in the k direction, we have sine t and cosine squared t, negative. So unfortunately, I don't see any ways to simplify these things, so it doesn't look like they'll simplify nicely. Let's go on to the next one. The next one is going to be u cross r prime, and again start off with the ijk, and the u vector is t sine t cosine t. The r prime vector we found over here, negative sine t cosine t, negative 2e to the 2t. All right, let's start with the I direction. We have a negative 2e to the 2t sine t minus cosine squared t. And in the j direction, we have a negative 2te to the 2t. And this was a negative sign, so that would be negative, negative, positive sine t cosine t. And then in the k direction, we're going to have t cosine t minus negative sine squared t. Okay. All right, so we'll just add it up and let's see if things simplify. This is what's happening in the I direction, and there's not much to add up and put together, so let's just keep it as it is, and that would be a negative e to the 2t cosine t minus e minus 2e to the 2t sine t minus cosine squared t, and that's in the I direction. All right, the J direction. We have a negative that we need to negotiate, so let's just distribute the negative sign. So this is a positive e to the 2t minus cosine t sine t, and then this is a negative negative, so that's a plus again, 2t e to the 2t, and then there's another negative sine t cosine t. And this is happening in the J direction. And then finally in the K direction, we're going to have sine t minus cosine squared t plus t cosine t plus sine squared t. Okay, so it doesn't even look like we can combine the sine squareds and cosine squareds because one of them is plus, one of them is a minus. So I think this is it. So this is your final answer for the derivative of the cross product. All right, I hope that helps.